Hi, and welcome to Community Storytelling. You know who I am. I hope you know who I am. I'm Lissa Kreisler, and today I'm actually interviewing my friend. I must be honest with you. But before we are done, he's going to be your friend too. Jason Noriega. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Lisa.
I know we have to act like we don't know each other.
I know. Should we handshake?
Okay, so nice to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
So Jason is a realtor by day and by night, and I guess by weekend. But you have a passion.
I do.
And your passion is mental health.
Yes.
And I've got to ask you, because I don't even know this story, how did this become your passion?
Well, kind of an interesting story. It started with a golf tournament. One of my coworkers' husband was on the board of a local organization here
Called?
Momentum for Mental Health.
Yes.
And invited me to play in the golf tournament. And so it started there, and as things progressed year after year, played in the golf tournament, he asked me, hey, would you ever consider joining our board? And I thought, well, why me? I have no kind of connection with mental health and wasn't really sure what it meant or what it was. But as I started to learn more about it, I realized it was right in my own family. And
I think it's in everybody's family.
It is so true. It really is. And so once I learned that, I, just felt kind of this internal voice saying to me that you could be the voice for many times the voiceless. And so just kind of lit a passion in me and decided to start pursuing it more. Joined the board, was the chairman of the board for about 3 years, and am just back to a board member, but very active in the community, in my church, and really trying to get the word out about mental health.
So tell me where you're going with all of this.
Well, right now, some exciting things is that we are hosting, coming up, our 20th anniversary Shining Stars event, which you have emceed for us.
Yes, I have, and you never asked me back. I don't want to say anything, but I always get nervous when people don't ask me back.
I'm just a board member. However, I will say that we raised the most amount of money in our call to action by you.
There you go.
So,
Thank you.
if
That's
someone
sweet.
wants a great MC,
I
call
remember
Lisa.
that night. I
Yes.
was so touched.
Yes.
Because you're right, mental health strikes all of us whether or not we realize it.
Yes. Yeah.
And maybe you want to tell a little more about that. Not about your family, I don't want them to get mad at me.
Sure.
But there are things that go on that you don't realize it is a mental health issue that can be taken care of.
Right, right. The statistic is that 1 in 4 of us will have some type of mental illness episode, connection every year. Now, it's a range. So there's, light depression, light anxiety, all the way over to bipolar, severe and persistent depression, paranoid schizophrenia. So,
Goes from the meager minor to the much more serious.
Much more serious. And so, but we don't necessarily realize that or recognize it. And so it's really, really important. We spend a lot of time on our physical bodies. We spend a lot of time trying to educate ourselves. The 2 main areas that we forget about are our emotional health and our mental health. And so with the statistic of 1 in 4, that's a large percentage.
So you have something coming up special with Momentum for Mental Health.
Yes.
And I assume Momentum for Mental Health has a website.
They do. Yep, momentumformentalhealth.org. We actually have the former Surgeon General of the United States, just right under Barack Obama's administration,
Wow.
coming out speaking to us on October 20th.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, so it's very exciting.
Yes, very, very good. Now, I bet you've met so many people. You're a realtor. You work for?
Serena Group.
Which I think, if I remember right, they do something with some of the profits.
Yes, so we have the 1% for Good here in our local community, where each office picks a local organization or charity that the realtors for a trimester, let's say January to April, will give 1% of the total commission earned. So if I collect a commission check, 1% of that goes directly to that organization. Last year, we were able to support Momentum in their transitional age youth program and gave them a check for $20,000.
So tell me a story. Tell me about somebody you met and you said, oh my goodness, I think we can help her, or she needs help, or I know her.
Yeah. A real story that hit close to home with me was that we were contacted by an attorney to represent a daughter who had conservatorship over her mother, who was suffering with severe mental illness. She lived in her home, no PG&E, no electricity. She would light fires inside her home in order to stay warm.
Oh my goodness.
Very, very tragic. And so as I was involved with mental health, my heart kind of yearned for her and wanted to help out the daughter. And so we sold her home. And that year at our Momentum, Christmas party, see this woman who was kind of lost looking for help, and I had gone up to her and said, "Hi, I'm Jason, can I help you find something?" And she said, "Yes, I'm looking to put my raffle ticket somewhere." I'm like, "Well, great, let me show you, what's your name?" And when she said her name, the light bulb went on that it was the mother of the client that we had helped sell her home earlier that year. Took me a second. I asked her name again because I was just in shock.
Yeah,
could this
sure.
be? And sure enough, it was. And so it just hit really, really close to home in both, my work life and my passion. And so that
And
was.
is she doing okay now?
She's doing good. She's
Good.
actually getting the help that she needs. She's gone through therapy. She's on medication. And that's the great thing about mental health, is that there is hope. There is health, and we call them recovery champions.
There you go.
And they're truly our heroes of hope.
Well, you're a hero, you're a champion. Was I right? Did I tell you you were going to be friends or want to be friends with Jason Noriega after I introduced you? I knew it. So thank you so much for the good you do, and Momentum for mentalhealth.org if you would like to help in that way too. And thank you for being with us on Community Storytelling. And I always say, everyone has a story. What's yours? Go to kcat.org and let us know about you. Thanks for being with us today at KCAT TV 15.